Hey, it's Smoosa season again. That's what I named it. That stands for shove a macro lens up something's ass. And I have vastly improved. I'll show you in a second what is on the floor. Vastly improved on my macro lighting, and it is really neat. You can't buy this anywhere. You can make it yourself. It's my little invention, and it's an improvement. And I'm going to show you in video number 2 how to easily make this. And it'll basically cost you $30. It looks cumbersome right now because I have the main component sitting on the floor, but it usually clips on your belt, so I'll show you that in a second. Right here, I actually have a miniature cheapy. It can be as cheap as possible. They actually make ball heads smaller than this. This is a very, very cheap ProMaster ball head. And I've got an 11 bundle fiber optic cable on here right now. First flash didn't fire because the pause was too long. These pocket wizards, if they actually sit for too long without a shot, then you'll need one shot to start them up again. It's a power saving feature. Right now I'm actually aiming at a circuit board, and the shots are absolutely marvelous. Now take a look right here how simple and lightweight this is. You'd actually have to spend a lot of money to get something close to this. Now you're thinking, well, why not just use a ring light? And I've got 5 speed light ring lights over there, but as I've stated in the video, like 4 videos from now, there's lighting and then there's controlled lighting. It is very easy, and I see a lot of portraiture shots, and it applies to macro as well as it does to portraiture, where someone just floods the place with light and everything's evenly exposed. But there's no damn definition. You know, it's easy, well, it's relatively easy to get proper lighting. It's a lot harder to use lighting in a manner that it enhances your composition. It gives you depth between the specular, the diffuse, and the shadow. And if you just blast something with light, if I stick a ring light on the front of this, I've got 5 of them over there. That's all well and fine, and that's, it's beautiful for for ring light portraiture, which is gorgeous. It makes old women look young, for example. But it doesn't give any definition to your shot. There are a lot of ways to render depth and character to a shot, and that also applies to macro photography. And single point macro photography, so far as illumination, is incredibly important. Actually, the best macro photographers in the world use single point. Some of them they have a very, very expensive articulating arms that'll actually go up underneath the shot for illuminating through like transparent leaves, and all of that's brilliant. But the people, and Nikon sells a device like this that'll actually, and it's great for medical photography and certain aspects of technical photography where you have nice even illumination on either side of the macro. But that doesn't render any depth or character to the shot. And these shots with single point illumination are always the best. And these just come out brilliantly. Boring stuff like this is actually beautiful in macro photography. Really complex circuit boards like this. There's obviously millions of things that are brilliant for macro photography that normally will look mundane and boring. Now I'm going to direct you to video number 2. This is actually a belt clip. Let me get this out of the way. Look at how lightweight this is. This is actually just a single armature flash bar, which is like $9 from China. And this actually clips on my belt, so if I want to actually go out in the field and do a bunch of macro photography, I have a wireless trigger, my pocket wizard attached to here, and on top of this is a D7100. I'll make a video right after this one talking about some macro tips and tricks. This cable is longer than necessary, so I can actually set it on the ground. I have a shorter version of this. It's like 3 feet, well, it's 3.5 foot long, but this actually clips onto the side of my belt. But I'm not going to stand up and show you that, but this is very, very simple. I actually simplified this rig. So, not including, of course, the wireless triggers, which you should have already had anyway for normal portraiture photography. The total cost of all of this is $30. And, well, that's not including the ball head, so that would actually make it $60. But it's still incredibly lightweight, incredibly versatile. So check out video number 2, and this actually removes a lot of the weight off the camera too, which becomes an issue. Once I actually clip this on my belt loop, I guess this wouldn't apply to women. I don't know where you clip this. You'd clip it on something, but I actually clip this on a belt loop. And actually my favorite macro illumination tool, and I've since improved on this, this is version 3 of my creation, is my favorite macro illumination tool. And it's just versatile, it's wonderful, and on the front of this ball head, it's absolutely exquisite. So check out video number 2, and I'll show you how to make this. And the shots are brilliant. I've actually not found any other macro tool, illumination tool, that I like halfway near as much as my own creation. Fiber optics is beautiful for everything, and this really brings a simplicity and divinity to macro flash illumination, which becomes usually incredibly expensive. So check out video number 2, and we'll talk about this and some tips and tricks for macro photography. Okay? Bye.